Aloha, beautiful women. Welcome to the Woman Unleashed Retreat. My name is Amber Quile Marlani Benici, and you might notice I'm in a little bit different place than I normally am. Today is about nurturing, aligning, and tuning inwards, and doing it in a way where we're listening deeply. And so today for our session, just make sure if you want to have your journal, your notebook, things to take notes, you have that. You can have a yoga mat, comfortable clothes to move in. I've got my sheepskin that I'm sitting on today. Uma, is there anything that I'm missing that they might need for their session today?
Blanket, maybe a blanket. It depends where you are in the world, but if you're somewhere where it gets chilly, like I've got a big fat sweater on, yeah, I've got warm socks, and a sweater or some kind of blanket, cashmere wrap. That's what that is. So just to cut, so when you lie down and when you're still, then you can be warm. So I don't want you to be chilly.
Okay, that sounds good. So
unless, of course, you're in some really nice warm place, in which case you won't need any of those things. But,
That's right. That's right. So there we go. That's what we need for today. Let's go ahead and take our breaths to get present before we dive into our practice, before I introduce you to Uma. So just first with me, if you'll close your eyes, and anything that's been going on today, any lingering energy that you're holding on to, let's inhale in, exhale, and release. Noticing anything to come that you're worried about, that's on your mind. Inhale in and exhale and release. And last breath, smelling this moment together. And when you're ready, exhale and release. So let me introduce you to our beloved guide today, Uma. So Uma met yoga back in 1969 at the age of 4, and she fell in love. And so she's been practicing ever since, really teaching since 1994. She's a yoga therapist. She specializes in yoga therapy and women's health. She's a mother of 3 kids. She's written 4 books on yoga for women, including the massive Yoni Shakti. She co-founded Yoga Nidra Network and has developed Total Yoga Nidra, Wild Nidra, and Nidra Shakti, radical, creative, and intuitive approaches to sharing your Nidra. So she works internationally. She's trained over 1,000 specialized teachers in total yoga nidra and women's yoga for all stages of lives, including pregnancy, birth, postnatal recovery. And today we get Uma here with us today. So Uma, thank you so much. I'm really excited to do our practice this morning together.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be part of this global sisterhood of awakening, the unleashed women. So yeah, so thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here too. And so when Uma and I were first talking about, her practice and bringing her on, we were thinking about how during this time, just to kind of to have that nurturing, that cocooning, that as women, it's so part of our nature to give and to be offering things to people all the time. And so what a gift to be able to give to ourselves today. I feel like what we're going to do today is going to be like a little present to ourselves. So I can't wait, Uma, just to dive in and get started.
Okay. All right. So, the practice falls really into 2 places. And what we're going to do is begin with a little movement and awaken this consciousness of the light of the solstice. I feel like the solstice returning. Here I'm in a very dark place in the Celtic lands, and we're going to know we've got another little tiny bit, and then the sun starts coming. So we're going to move to welcome light and life back into this sacred land of your body. So you're going to see every part of the body as a little part of the world in herself. And then you get to lie down and be really comfortable, and there won't be any movement. So the last little part of the practice, actually about 15-20 minutes, will just be really still, and all you need to be able to do is to be comfortable and still and not move at all. So it's a practice called Yoga Nidra, which just literally means the sleep of the yogis, or in this case the yoginis. So yoginis are women practicing yoga, so that's you today. And it's really simple. So whether you're an expert of yoga or whether you never did it before, this is quite straightforward. So all you need to do first of all is I'm going to teach you a simple breath, and that breath goes through the whole practice. So it's a freeing breath, and it starts with a little bit of a roar. So you show your teeth, you take a bit of a yawn. I'm actually sitting here kneeling up a little bit, but you can sit however is comfortable for you. That's nice. That looks good. And then you take a huge roar. So you're going to be like this, a little bit scary. Yeah. So you show your teeth and stick out your tongue. So take a nice big breath in. And again. Great. That's good. Okay. And what you're doing there is to release so you feel it in your throat. So take one or two more, not too much because it will hurt your throat, but feel really, there's this kind of like a yoni power, a real source power place in your throat. So take a nice big breath in. And okay, from your throat, then you take your eyes, you roll them up in the top of your head. It's kind of like a lion pose. And the idea is that you can feel the breath coming out through your throat. So once more, take a big breath in. And then eyes, that's it. Looking up, like right up to you, to your eyebrow center. A little bit scary. Okay. So you can feel, if you carried on breathing like that for another 5 minutes, it would be really scratchy in your throat. But what you have there is a huge power, like that goes out, like it would come out through the screen and you could send it wherever you like. What we're going to do is close the lips now, so they're really soft. Your tongue, you can just roll it up in, and you can see it's like in the roof of your mouth a little bit, tip in the roof of your mouth. Soft lips, the teeth are actually a little bit apart, and all you're doing is breathing the same roar, like that big, huge but it's soft now. So you breathe in through your nose and you breathe out like the roar, but your lips are closed. You start to hear, you feel it in your throat. Just the same feeling, but now it's inside. The power is inside. We're going to send it around the body. So you take a breath in and out through your nose. And then breathing out. Yeah, so maybe once more with a soft vocalization, breathing in through your nose. Lovely. And then out through the nose, lips closed. Can you feel and hear it a little bit? It's like the beginnings of a big snore. Like say you fell asleep and you were, it's not there, yeah, but it's soft. So some people call this Ujjayi breath, and people who practice maybe Ashtanga Vinyasa yoga or some of the hot, fast yogas, you use this breath really hot and strong, but we're going to use it very gently. It's the same breath you do every night when you go to sleep. So let's take 2 or 3, maybe close your eyes, feel in your throat exactly the same power of the big roar, but now your lips are closed. That's it. Just like that. Breath in and out through the nostrils. Great. And you feel this enormous power that would be unleashed. It would be way out there, out in front of you, scaring people, really scary. Now you're going to send it down. We're going to send it from your head down into your heart. So all you do is you rub your hands. And I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. And you're going to bring your hands so you're resting them just over your heart like this. Actually, a little bit like, you can start like a pair of wings, you know, like that's it. And you just settle them. They're very protective. And they're meeting right over your breastbone. So every time you breathe out, you breathe down from your head into this little space that you're protecting here. Yeah. When you breathe in through your nostrils. When you breathe out, out through your nostrils. Feeling this feeling in your throat. Beautiful, really lovely. Feeling the feeling in your throat, but sending like a river of energy. It's going out of your head and it's going down into the heart. And as you breathe out, any of the thoughts, the dilemmas, the questions, the arguments, whatever's going on, yeah, I got it. You need to just breathe it down like a river is flowing now. A river of energy is flowing out of your head and down into this great big ocean in your heart. And in that space, we're going to welcome a little bit of real sense that the light of awareness is shining in the heart. So the light of awareness is shining there in the heart. And you're going to greet it with a little bit of gladness and gather it up. So now you can swing your hands around to make like a little prayer position, a little bit like that. just with the thumbs touching, and you rest them on your breastbone. You have them here. And all you do is, now this awareness is right in the heart, there's gladness there. So I'm going to put a little bit of solstice gladness that we've come to this part of the year, that we're still here, you know, we're still alive and breathing is enough reason to be glad, you know, just to wake up in the morning and feel that even in this dark, we're still here. And we have a little bit of gladness, like a big gladness. This is legal for us to be doing this. Like, we're free to connect across the world with all the sisters, and that this is a really extraordinary time. We can just be glad there with our breath coming into our heart that we are freely and legally allowed to gather in this way. And we're going to send all that gladness down into the source. So you shift your hands. This is a really powerful mudra. Can you see? It's a little triangle. I'm going to come up a little bit so you can see there. So it's a little triangle and it's right over your heart. That's it. And what you're going to do is you breathe into like the middle of the triangle and you send it down. It's going to go right the way down. It's going to out of view and all the way down to the earth. Yeah. So you're starting here and you're going to breathe out and down. And when you get down to the end, I might need to back up so you can see what's going to happen. You get down here. Yeah. You're going to swing it back up. So you breathe all the way down, and then you breathe all the way back up. That's it. Cool. So as another river of energy is flowing from the heart down into the source, and from the source back up to the heart. You got it. And it will go in your own pace. Every exhale is that one, going down. All the way down. You got it. Lovely. And every inhale is coming all the way up. And just for a moment, you take it at your own pace. So like every sister who's working with this is going to be going at her own pace, following the end of your exhale down into the source. So in the land of the body, you're breathing up into your heart on the inhale. That's it, perfect. And down, and it's like it's literally touching over your body. You can literally rest your palms quite lovingly when they come up to your heart. You just feel for a moment the thumbs resting against the space between the breasts. They're over the breastbone, and then hands, that's it. Your palms are on your body and you're going all the way down. It's like a little gentle crest. It's like flowing literally. You feel the front of the body and all of the curves and the valleys and the hills and the land of the body. Beautiful, like a river flowing down, nourishing the source with this loving kindness and gladness from the heart. On the exhale, down, you got it, lovely. And then when it turns around, what you're inviting here is a beautiful resurgence of energy from the source. So as you breathe into your heart, it's gladness. As you breathe down into the source, you send the gladness down. She's so delighted to get any kind of thanks. She tends this back up, this creative source power energy up into your heart. We're just going to do 3 more in your own time. That's beautiful. Just feeling the warmth of the hands moving over the body. Gorgeous. Really lovely. You get down into the source. I'm actually like right down over the pubic bones and then all the way back. And that last time, it's like there is a magical river of energy flowing in both directions from the sky of the heart down into the earth of the source and back up. Fabulous. Lovely. Once you start going with this, you can actually expand it a little. So we're going to allow that to expand right the way down. So it goes from your heart now, and you can go all towards the earth. So again, it's gone out of view in the shot, but it's going all the way down towards the earth. And then, there we go, high, it comes all the way up above you. And once you've got above you, it's like, see, I'm making a little circle there. Just the thumbs are touching, and then the little fingers are touching. So it's like a little circle, but it's above your head. That's it. Really like a crown. It's always tricky to get it in shot, but it's way up there, yeah? And then when you breathe out, you bring that down. You come past your third eye, past the throat. You turn it around just as you did before. All the way down, you gesture towards the earth. Some of you may be actually touching the earth, yeah? And then all the way up above. Yay, you got it. So the hands are right up in the stars of the inhale. And then as you exhale all the way down, you exhale, bringing that spaciousness and light into the heart. Then you turn it around. You've got it. That's perfect. All the way down towards the earth, connecting your river of energy down to the earth and then up above you. And when it's up above like this, you take a moment, breathe in, and then you draw it down. Exhale, little moment of thanks at the heart. Turn it around, perfect, and all the way down. So take a moment just maybe to do a couple more breaths in this way. And the sense is that as the breath flows, you're allowing there to be a really embodied connection between the space and the light above, the space of the sky of the heart, blue sky of the heart, reaching all the way down through the body into the earth and the roots beneath, and then coming up, gorgeous, up above. And you opening up the fingers, there's like quite a beautiful space there. Beautiful. It's like a crown that moves over. So this is moving on your own breath. Gorgeous. And this is just one of the many rivers of energy that are flowing through the body. All the way through. And you've got this lovely sense of hearing and feeling the breath. And literally and also metaphorically connecting with this ease of rhythm and elemental embodiment of this human body, this female body, as a direct open channel now for the light and the space above to come into the heart. And then for that, loving energy to nourish the source. What you're getting is a renewal of the heart's capacity to love. So at solstice time, when there's not necessarily a lot of light up there, you're really bringing it in. And when you finish this next breath, maybe do one final breath in this same flow. Gorgeous. Feel the spaces in between the fingers opening up. And feel the breath moving through. Yeah, really lovely. You open up, and there's all that light and space up there, and you bring it down. And the last thing you do with this that's so sweet and lovely is that you've now been working just like up and down, you know, in a sort of linear thing. And there's all this space around us. So what we'll do is I'm going to show you a really beautiful mudra. Come a bit close so you can see it. It's called Hridaya Mudra. So it's the space of the heart mudra. And it's like this. You put your thumb on your index finger. Nice. And then the index finger slides. It slides into the root of the thumb. So it looks a bit like that. Yeah, you got it tucked in. Perfect. Then the thumb tip is free. And you touch the middle finger and you touch the ring finger. Perfect. And with that's it. So only one that comes out. And those of you who know about these things, this is a heart-lung meridian. So it's going from the tip of your little finger all the way through into the heart and then out the other side. So you've got this lovely sense of this connects with your heart energy. So when you come up above your head, you know how before we just had a little circle, when you get there, I'll describe this process. You create this mudra and you put it all the way around you. So what you're doing is sitting in the middle of a big heart energy field and you're surrounding it so that actually we're going to use a little bit of sound, a little bit of breath. So that's perfect. You have it just right. It's nice to feel the little finger can be quite strong. And you start just by bringing this beautiful thing and you bring it to your heart for a moment. That's it. And you just connect in with this rhythm of your breath. You know, you remember your roar, maybe put one more big roar in. Great. Yeah, perfect roar. And then you take it inside. So the power is inside. You go back to your little triangle. Simple. Back to the little perfect. Slide it down to the earth. All the way down. Gesture towards the earth. Reach up above you. And this time, as it comes up above you, you do that little gesture I showed you. Thumb, index finger, in, middle and ring. And then you take it around. I'm bending my wrists. I'm taking my elbows back behind me. And then you feel like your breasts lift, your heart lifts, and you've got this incredible strength in the back. Perfect. And it comes all the way around. When you get down low, open up your hands and you waft all that energy deep into your source. So you're settling it right. It comes kind of basically right back in here. All wrapped up. Okay. So we'll do it together. The first few times it feels a bit clunky because you have to go from this simple thing to this a little bit more tricky thing. But once you've felt it, it feels really good. What it's doing is it's letting your heart breathe, literally. So it's called hridaya. And in Sanskrit and in the Irish, the same kind of word is for heart, kri. It means the space of the heart. So that's what you're doing here. Okay, so once more, soft and quiet at your heart with your triangle, Yoni Mudra. Breathe in. Exhale, send all the loving energy down into the earth. All the little plants are overwinching up above you. Big inhale. Reach up high. And create your Hridaya Mudra, thumb to index finger, middle and ring. Got it? Yeah. And then you bend it and you take it all the way around you. Perfect. This is the exhale. When you get down low, open up the fingers really wide and slowly feel the prana and the energy. You're drawing it right into your source. Awesome. We're going to do it with a bit of sound from your heart into your Yoni Mudra. You're doing well. This is lovely. All the way down. Flowing down into the source. Reaching up above you. Great big inhale. Making your heart space mudra. Index finger in. And sigh all the way out. Perfect. Lovely. Open the fingers. Bring it wide back into the source. And the last couple of times there's a special mantra. And it's for really inviting that heart space energy to surround us. It's the mantra yum, which sounds like something tasty. So it's like a little bit of ya, but a lot of And it's the bija mantra for anahata. It doesn't mean anything. It resonates at the heart center energy. So at the heart, breathing in, creating your beautiful Yoni Mudra with your triangle, exhaling down, gorgeous, all the way down. Inhaling all the way up, just like you did before. Up at the top, have a look at your fingers. Index finger in, sliding Hridaya Mudra, like that. Yum. You feel whatever sound, something's nice to resonate it here. We'll do it a couple more times, so you've got it at the heart. Really beautiful, nice. It'll slow it down because your breath will move more slowly. From here with your triangle, inhaling, lovely, flowing this magical river of loving thanks down into the source. Exhaling, gorgeous, really lovely, all the way forward, all the way up. Inhaling up into the spaciousness. Hridaya Mudra, lovely, you got it. And yum. Open up the hands, and then at the end you bring it back. So at the end you kind of get this sort of wafty thing coming into here. Okay, last couple of times. You've got to get in the feel of it. When you get the hands, it kind of starts to flow a bit better. So breath in, breath out and down. Ooh. Rivers flowing down from the heart into the source. Rivers flowing all the way up. Creating your mudra. Yum. Feeling the sound vibrations all the way down. Very last time, into your heart. And you start to feel inside the body, so that's where we're going to go next. So from here, all the way down, sending love and respect down into the source. As you open out the spaces in the fingertip, receiving light of awareness shining in here in between all the webbing in the hands, a little bit hot, a little bit light shining there. Create your Hridaya Mudra, beautiful, all the way around you. Yum. And the last little like secret seal is just to have one hand here, I don't know if you can see. And you're just sitting in that way, really, really simple. You don't need to do anything. You just got one hand on the heart, one hand over the source, and you close your eyes. And now having awakened that sense of this movement of energy, it just happens by itself. So deep inside the body, you're inhaling up into the heart, sending love down into the source, inhaling, receiving a renewal of energy from the source up into the heart, and just letting that flow. So allowing the light of conscious awareness to move on the breath. Really quiet. Beautiful. So wherever you are, you can drop into this. Nobody has a clue what you're doing. You're just sitting there really quiet, breathing in this way, allowing the sound of that beautiful, powerful internal breath to travel down into the source space, into the earth and the water in the body, the creative source, it's the Adi Shakti, and up into the heart, whatever rhythm is folding really nicely. And because the hands are there, you can really feel this warmth from the outside, but I'm inviting you to bring the awareness deep inside, so that in this world of the body, in the land of the body, at this time in the year, you can really take that light and you have it inside, and it's going to move through the whole body. Yay. And what we're going to do is take this quiet thing that we've worked with our hands, and then just let it be there. So you can imagine the land of the body, the world of the body, with this river flowing. And when you lie down, we're gonna take that river flowing. It'll flow all over the body, flow down and around to every little part of the body. But can you feel like the breath is there? You can hear it. It's a real thing. And it's called the Hridaya Yoni Nadi, or in acupuncture, they talk about the heart womb meridian. It's not really even about the organs. So in the absence of the womb, there's no womb there. It doesn't matter. It's still flowing. It's in that energy body. Yeah. So we have it but we use our hands because it feels nice to do it. And you can go back at the very end, you can go back to this little, change your hands around, and you get this, really kind of protective wings minding us. Like my friend over here. He's minding us. These the crow wings. There's minding us. So I'm inviting you now to get comfortable. So some people feel they're most comfortable maybe, when you lie down, to cuddle up with a blanket over you. You might need, if you need to, if you're watching this, you can maybe pause the video and go water in, water out, whatever you need to do so you're comfy. Look, this is the perfect thing. You have a lovely sheepskin there. And you want to lie down. I'm on a sheepskin, but mine's black. I have a black one. But you want to be comfy. Okay, so most people like to lie on their back, but your hands, they can go wherever you like. So some people, when they lie down, they like to it's a heart practice we're going to do now. It's a meditation, but you're lying down. It's focused on the heart. It's the meditative heart of yoga. Some people like to rest their hands here, have them on the heart. Sometimes you need to support your elbows there, but a lot of people are taught to do it with your hands like that, just like lying at the sides with your palms face up. If that feels comfy, do that. If you really like what we did with that business, with the hand on the heart and the other hand down here on the womb or over the pelvis, you can do it that way. My invitation really is to know that this is your practice. So you can't actually do it wrong. So if you start one way and you think, oh, I wish I'd put my hands on my body, or you can place your hands sort of wherever you feel needs a little bit of loving care and attention, and you can just put the hands there. And if you need to move in the practice, you can just watch that need to move. It's quite likely that it will pass, it will actually move away. And but if it doesn't, if you're lying there and you're thinking, no, I really need to move, then that will be because the body is it's calling for you to move. So you just go ahead and move. I'm actually going to I've got some people to put a little bolster or something under their knees. So I'm sitting with a bolster under my knees. I've got a little bolster here. Oh, you too, cushions, whatever. get comfy. And yeah, it's the kind of thing that, yeah, it's called Yoga Nidra. So I understand this might be the first time you've ever encountered Yoga Nidra. So if it is, welcome to the wonderful world of Yoga Nidra. And yeah, I find it as I sit really quietly, I need to cover up here. Yeah, I've got somebody little person here who's inquiring things, but trying to get settled. It's going to be about 15 minutes of practice. And some people like to cover up their heads. I'm not actually going to put my hood up, but like if you have a hood, you might want to put that over you. So it depends where you are. The main thing is that you get comfy and that you know that whatever you can hear is really welcome. So we start simply by letting there be a big sigh. Lovely big sigh. Beautiful. Nice big yawn, maybe. Big sigh. And with each sigh, you could wriggle and release your jaw, and then again, like get it really quiet so the sound is inside you and you're hearing this really intimate sound. So it's the sound of your breath, and you're also welcoming in all the other sounds that you can hear. So they're inside the room, or if you're outside around you, they might be up in the skies, sounds you can hear. There might be sounds down on the streets or out around you. It's as if now, lying so still here, you're at the center of a great circle of sound. And this circle was drawn specially for you, so you can rest at the center, knowing that you're in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. In exactly the right moment here, simply to be. So you can't do this wrong because there isn't anything to do. Just having made the choice to lay these bones right down here at this moment, this turning point, this solstice moment here on this extraordinary planet. Here these bones lie. Here this breath moves. Here you're held. And every breath that goes out, all of those places where the body meets the earth, they're really welcomed by the earth. Every little place, maybe the back of the head and the shoulders, maybe along the arms into the hands, maybe along the whole of the spine, down into the buttocks, backs of the legs and the heels, as the body rests. Every place is held, letting go on every exhale and being held, letting the weight of the body be held. And as the weight of the body is held, so is every sound welcome. Everything that can be heard is really welcome. You don't need to go out hunting after the sounds. They just are there anyway. Whatever can be heard, the sweeter the welcome for every sound, the sweeter and deeper the settling into this place, this space of awareness, which is Yoga Nidra. Welcome home to yourself. Welcome home to yourself. And welcome to this moment, free in this moment, allowing all to be, welcoming the sounds, and welcoming just those moments now at the end of the exhale, so at this turning point of the year, notice the breath like the 4 seasons of the year. Exhaling into the winter time, into the end of the exhale. Beautiful. Noticing the turning point as if the spring is turning, returning as the breath comes in. And as the exhale comes again, it's really like settling down into the winter. So when all the breath has gone out, it's like really being at that solstice point and inviting renewal now with every breath that comes in. Noticing these points and the turning points in the breath, like the turning points in the year. Next time the breath is really fully in the body, noticing that sense of real completion, fullness, like the summer, really full of breath. And just as that tip of the exhale starts, that would be a little bit like the autumn that heads you into the winter time when all the breath has gone out. That would be the winter time of the breath. The solstice time is that turning time. When you think the breath's gone all the way out, it may stay out for a little bit longer. And then it like comes back in. Through the springtime as the breath comes in, into the summertime of the breath, fully in. And that little fall moment, that beginning of the exhale, the autumnal turning. And right down into the winter time, where we are now at the bottom of the exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, waiting for this turn. So letting the breath move however it feels freely, easily able to do. Just like that. That's perfect. Then allowing for these 4 seasons in the breath just to continue now as if the breath is breathing the body. And as the breath is breathing the body, let the awareness now be set free. So as if the awareness is set free to travel through the land of the body, the whole of the body, starting just in that little spot on the tip of the left-hand thumb, as if the light of awareness could shine on all these places like the return of the solstice light. From the tip of the left-hand thumb, moving the awareness through very sweetly, the body's resting, but the awareness travels to the index finger, middle finger, the ring finger, and the little finger. Into the palm of the left hand, the light of awareness shining. Into the back of the left hand, into the wrist, up through the forearm, the elbow and the upper arm. Into the shoulder, the armpit and the wrist. All the way through from wrist to armpit, from fingertips to shoulder, the whole of the left arm now, welcoming in the light of the solstice, turning, shining through the left side, armpit to ribs, in between the ribs and down to the waist, over the hip, through the groin and the buttock, all the way along the land of the body, light shining along the left leg, thigh and knee, shin, calf, ankle, heel and sole, into the top of the left foot, and then each toe in turn, as if right the way down there, the light of this returning, shining conscious awareness is there. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, whole of the left side now really receiving this returning light shining there. Letting the left side rest with this light shining as the awareness travels over into the right side. So into the tip of the right hand thumb. Very leisurely carrying the awareness across now to the tip of the right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. into the palm of the right hand, shining the light of awareness through the back, the wrist, and all the way up the right arm. That's right, just like that. Forearm and elbow, upper arm, shoulder and armpit. So from the wrist to the armpit, from the fingertips to the shoulder on the right arm, the light of awareness returning, shining through the side now, from the right armpit through the ribs, from the ribs down into the waist, over the hip, groin and buttock, along the whole of the right leg, the thigh, the knee, shin, calf and ankle, into the heel and the sole, top of the right foot. The light of the solstice returning now all the way through, right the way down to the toes on the right foot. In between the toes and at the tips of the toes, the light of conscious awareness welcomed into the land of the body. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, all the way down to the little toe now, shining through the whole of the right side, through the whole of the left side, through the whole of the left side and the whole of the right side, as if the land of the body, this winter moment, receives the light, returning up the back of the body, heels, backs, the knees, tailbone, buttocks, right the way along, as if the great river valley now of the spine was receiving the light, shining all the way through the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back, into the right shoulder blade and the left, into the little space between the two shoulder blades, the light shining through back of the neck, back of the head, right the way through to the top of the head, and then over the face now, from the forehead down, delicate, delicate light of awareness shining, right eyebrow and left eyelid and right, the right eye and the left temple and the right. As if the awareness could shine over the land of the body, softening, sweetening every space between the two eyebrows, the light shining like a little valley there, receiving the light, and the tip of the nose, receiving the light. Tip of the nose, receiving the light, and then all the way through to the upper lip, lower lip, teeth, tongue, jaw, chin, right cheek and left ear and right, all the way down and through over the throat, the whole of the head, receiving the light, shining right the way through, all the way through, down and along, right shoulder and left, along the whole of the breastbone, left breast and right, along the belly, so the land of the body is bathed in the returning light of conscious awareness, filling the whole of the belly down into the pelvis, whole of the body, inside and out, and the magical rivers flowing, energy renewed, breath moving, all the way up into the heart on the inhale, all the way down into the earth of the pelvis on the exhale. Breath coming in, up into the heart, light shining there. Breath going out, down into the pelvis, light shining there. Effortlessly moving the awareness in this state of openness, which is Yoga Nidra. Inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up and exhaling down, and letting this light of conscious awareness shine in the whole body, in the heart, the blue sky of the heart, deep in the earth of the body, in the root of the pelvis. In both these places, deep creativity and loving kindness receiving the light of conscious awareness. Welcome home to yourself. Welcome home to yourself. And in this place, there's nothing that needs doing. Just to be here is enough, and maybe to hear the sound of the breath, inviting now these little pauses all the way up to the height of the inhale, all the way down to the depths of the exhale, noticing the turning points, and in those turning points, especially after all the breath has gone out, let there be a welcome for intuitive, creative guidance. So just notice that next breath going all the way out, and simply let there be a welcome. When the breath comes in, let there be a welcome for whatever insight, intuitive guidance, or creative realizations come. Whatever arises is welcome. Sometimes just noticing the breath is enough. No need to be doing anything other than that. Noticing the breath coming back in. And with each breath that comes back in, welcome also delight. Welcome delight. So whatever it is in life, whatever place, or whatever person, whatever creature, whatever plant, whatever it is, song, sound, smell, whatever it is that brings light, just smile a little bit to yourself and breathe as if that delight could be everywhere in the whole body, all at once. Breathing and maybe stretching and wriggling your fingers, touching the thumbs, maybe making a little easy wriggle, long stretch, whatever feels most delicious in the body. Stretching and yawning. Oh, welcome. So gently take it easy, rest on your side for a moment and just feel how it is to have been given yourself permission to do nothing. And often the most creative insights, I think that kind of unleashing of creative energy comes when we go into the creative void. That's what we've been doing. So that's kind of like the end of the practice. Thank you for listening. The end of the practice of Yoga Nidra. And you carry it with you. So you just, at the end of every breath, you can be in that space, welcoming the light, such as it is. I've got some light on there, back in at this time of year. How are you doing there? You okay?
I'm like, oh, hey, what? Hi. I would talk. So, Uma, oh my gosh, I'm great. I'm doing
great.
Good. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That just felt so delicious. Just to like, yeah, just to slow down, to be in that, all that. Oh gosh, I can't even talk right now. It's great.
No, yeah, it's a bit mean for me to say how you're doing, because sometimes the best thing to do is say nothing. That's why you have your little journal there. I mean, I kind of woke you up so everybody can, but if sometimes there's little insights and you're like, oh, you know, it's very like the same state you're in. It's called the hypnagogic state. And when you come up from a deep sleep, or when you've been dreaming, and you've come from deep sleep into dreaming, and you come up and you're kind of hovering. It's like this little space where you're just hovering here just before you come up. That's like, there's a lot there. So sometimes you can't even put it into words. You just have a feeling, but it's very precious. Yeah. It's a very precious thing. So you can savor it. And the more you do it, I think, the more you can really sort of get used to that negotiation of those. And this is like, it's a really appropriate thing to do at this time of year, because like, this is the turning time. We're just like turning everything back towards this movement towards the light. And actually, sometimes we just need to pause to really feel what's going on.
So good. So ladies, I'd love to, to take some time journaling if you want to do some of that, just to continue that reflection, and share in the Facebook group what came up for you during your Yoga Nidra practice, and or what creative juiciness came up for you. When you feel ready to share, please do that in the group. And Uma, I know there's a way for the women to continue getting to know you and the work that you do to
Yeah.
continue some of this? Can you share some of that?
Yeah. So listening to Yoga Nidra is really easy. You just need a space that's quiet. And I've put up a really special Living Earth Yoga Nidra. So you can go to the Yoga Nidra Network. So yoganidranetwork.org, and there's practices there. There's one specially kind of offered up for you guys. So it's like welcoming the living earth. And that's a recording. You can hear it. It's like you're doing it in company. So this was just you and me here. We're doing it here, but actually that one that you can listen to. So yeah, you can hear all the people stretching and yawning and be like in the company of that. So, and it's welcoming these states. So there's a wealth of material around Yoga Nidra. So dive right in on the Yoga Nidra.
Thank you, ladies. So you can click the link below and we'll get you over there so you can keep enjoying sinking into this delicious space. Thank you, Uma. I felt like you just rejuvenate, like you just took my cup and just went poured in, like it overflowed. It feels so amazing. So thank you. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. It's a total pleasure. Thank you. Go well.
All right, beautiful ladies. We'll be seeing you in the group and at our next session. And until then, keep nourishing yourself, keep aligning, listening within, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.
Okay.